Shit's like crooked. I feel like everything's crooked. What's up? Alright, what's up? What's up? I'm crooked. Am I crooked? I mean, like yeah, it's definitely crooked. Huh. Let me fix it. Fixing it. What up? Alright, we're fixing this right here. Control, slide this over here. Yeah. Yomp. I think that's straight. Keep this on the side. Oh man. Okay. Alright, how about that? Are we straight now? I think it's straight. Oh. I'm working. Beta test 8, I'm working. So we got the laptop over here, and we're gonna see if I could. I can't read that from all the way. I need glasses, man. Need glasses. Let's see. YouTube. I guess we could do it from here too. YouTube. No. Alright, here's beta test. And I don't see the new stream yet. Alright, that's booting up. Alright, I can't see anything but yeah. I had a crazy week, man. Crazy week. Crazy 2 weeks. But just gonna keep moving. Yeah, this is like crazy. Nothing. Yo, it is super cold in this room. You could probably see smoke. Like it is sit on your hands cold. But this is I need a space heater. Yeah, man, this is slow. Alright. We got a job to do. For 5. There we go. Oh, there I am. I see me. Yeah. Yeah. So these are my my tapes. 365 tapes. So we gotta put the data on them. I think that's gonna work. I'm not sure. Let's see. I can't see. Nothing is loading up. Tell you, man, this is one of those. Tell you, man, this has been one of those days, weeks. As soon as I set up, I'm gonna get into it. Talking to myself. All right, one over here. All right, we're almost in. Like Flynn. I think that's the wrong one. I don't even know. Whoa. Can't do it that way. How about underneath? That ain't gonna work. Alright, we got one over here. And last one's over here. This has to be like the most boring. Alright, we're switching over. Alright, we managed to get 1, 2, 3, 4. And if this one works, I'm not sure it's gonna work. We got 3. Who's not working? I doubt you're working. Yeah, I doubt that one. I only see 3 though. Switch accounts. There we go. I swear it's been one of those days, man. I just swear it's been one of those days. Alright, we don't even have to be signed in. We could just be like a lurker on my own channel. Beta test is basically testing nighttime. Because my Wi-Fi, apparently the speed is reduced from night. So this is night, so I don't know if it's gonna be smooth. Because right now I can't get any of my devices besides that to work. Oh man, oh my gosh, this still only 3, and I don't even know which 3 it is. I guess I gotta watch. 1, 2. Get you out of here. Alright, that's 1. That's 2. That's interesting. That's 3. And we could probably get a 4. Yeah. Alright, there's 4. I think, yeah, there we go, 4. I need a way to see what's going on. I seriously can't see anything. There we go. What? Nah, that's not it. This is crazy. Let me get in. Alright, here we go. Beta test 8. Alright. Alright. I don't want to learn more. Yo. Turn the volume down. Alright. This is kind of cool. If you happen to be in the thing, we could have like a conversation. And if you don't happen to be in the thing, it'll just be me talking to myself. But let's see. I've been watching the channel for years. Ain't seen me in a minute. How long are you going to be in Japan? I couldn't tell you how long I'm going to be in Japan, but at the moment, Japan is where I stay. Maybe 2 more years. But we'll see we'll see what happens. All right. So right now I'm formatting these. Get them ready for the world. It takes about 5 minutes for each one. So when I set them up, I could just get them going, but alright. I wanted to do this yesterday, but yesterday was just like, it was one of those, this I tell you, it's been one of those weeks, man. and I really can't tell you why it's been that way. Just been rhyming. Oh, 365 rhyming, 365 rhyming. Erase. Alright, let me know if you think I'm crazy. We'll start with that one. That's what I want to talk about the other day. So I've been having this thing where I be talking to someone, and then they'll say to me, "I don't know what you mean." And I'll be like, "What do you mean you don't know what I mean? Like, we don't know what you're talking about." If I rhyme. I guess I can't tell the story without telling the details, but it just keeps happening, like a bad nightmare. So I'm not sure if it's me or I'm just but okay, I'll tell you. Right? So I have these meetings with people, meet and greets, and we'll be talking, everything's cool, And then next thing you know, it just takes a turn for the worst. I don't know if this is the worst or that is the worst, but it just goes sour. But it's slow motion sour, like I can see it in my brain, the things that are going down, but I can't stop it because it's just going in that direction. And I really don't know what I should do about this. Again, I guess should give you more details, but it's not in context. It's gonna be weird. But I'll try my best. All right. So maybe about a couple months ago, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 8 months ago, probably. I was talking to this person. Everyone's a person. I try to make it all neutral, in case they're like watching and they'd be like, "You're talking about me." But I don't think people watch me like that, especially if we stop talking. But anyway, so I was with this person, this model person, and we met before and it was great. And then this hat was made by, I forget her name, but she knitted this hat for me like years ago. And even though I don't wear it like that, I couldn't throw it away because it was made for me, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's kind of fly, right? Handmade. But we're having a good time. Like the model and I were having a shit. And then it's like, "You hungry?" I'm like, "Yeah." So we go to eat pizza, and we go to this spot, and the pizza's banging. It's been in Japan for like 5 years. I never heard about this pizza. It's called One Slice, in case you're in the area. And we're sitting there talking, and this person says to me, "Why don't you sell your stuff?" Or actually, the conversation was, I'm like, "It's really hard for me to find models." And the person said, "Why?" And I said, "Because it's just hard for me, And then they launch into this speech, you just could never give up. You just got to keep trying. You got to da. So I know what you're saying, and I'm not trying to be that guy. I know everything. I'm not trying to be that guy. I was that guy. That is my nature. But I'm working to, not be that way. So I just said, "Okay." And they just keep going in. "Yeah, you gotta believe in yourself. You can't be negative. You can't be this. You can't be that. You just gotta." Now, this is only the second time that I met this person, so they know nothing about me. So I just sprinkle in some facts about me, like I did this and I did that, and they look at me like, "And what's that got to do with anything?" And this it bothers me. because I'm trying to explain my case and they're just like shutting me down. And it, from there it just starts to go downhill, you know. And at one point we just get into it, and they they're like, I don't know what you mean, and I'm like, I don't even know what you want me to say, and then we just nothing, silence, boom. And that was the last time I ever talked to them. And that situation keeps happening. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter the situation, circumstances. It just keeps repeating. So I don't know what that is about. Is it me? Like, can someone tell me? Yeah. So another thing that was going on, I was supposed to have this setup where I could like push buttons and it's gonna go syncing in there in the thing. So I bought something, but it doesn't connect to my system. Which again, cause I do a lot of research before I buy my gear and all. It just doesn't work. So we're just doing another beta test like this in the cold. But yeah, that situation, it doesn't keep me up at night. I sleep like a baby. I dream in I dream in 4K, you know. But then I wake up and I'm just thinking, it's just weird. Cause, man, I don't even know, man. I don't know. Like I just don't know. I really. Well, one of the good things about my channel right now, no one watches it, like outside of the people who watch it, so I could just rant and vent. But whatever I'm saying, I would say it to their face, so it's not like I'm hiding or anything. But yeah, like, you have any advice? I'm open to hear some advice. Actually, I don't like advice, but yeah. So another part of this beta test is I'm not in the mood. It's not even I'm not in the mood. It's just how to be focused when you're cold, because it's gonna be cold in this room for the next February, March, 2 more months, and this is the room that I want to do this in. So we're gonna have to figure that out, how to keep it interesting. Yesterday or 2 days ago, Sunday. Today's Tuesday. Yeah, Sunday I went to YouTube Space because I was doing some beta testing there. That's why these numbers are not consecutive. I do beta tests all over the place. Tomorrow I'll be beta testing, technically beta testing, but I'll be doing something on the other channel, streaming. And basically I'll be talking about the music. So these tapes, they got, right now I'm recording or copying 365 days of rapping and videos and stuff. And then tomorrow I'm gonna go in the studio and like break down some of my favorites. Well, I'll just put on random and then just talk about why I said what I said and what I was doing. I wish I could set it up now, but you wouldn't be able to hear it. That's why I want the systems like that. And it'll go in there. That's what it is. That's why I'm kind of down right now. So I don't know if you are the same group or same people who watched me the last time I did this, or if you watched the last stream. That was an hour long. Well, I guess it's gonna be on as long as it's on, but I was saying that I'm gonna sell my drone. I'm gonna sell my stuff so I could raise some money. I didn't say all that, but I said I was gonna sell my drone so I could buy some stuff. And let's see, I guess last week was really stressful because I put my price here, no one bit, no one was biting, so I dropped it down, dropped it down, dropped it down, dropped it down, and then finally someone's like, okay, I want to buy it. And I didn't want to sell it at that price. I didn't want to sell it. Like, I named my drone Charlie. Charlie and I, we went places. We went to Okinawa. We went back to the States. We went to Kyoto. We climbed Mount Fuji. Like, we just did shit. And I had plans. I was going to go around Tokyo taking pictures with my drone. And it just, it kind of hurt when I sold it. But there's a bigger picture. Peace King, been watched for years. I love the new formula. You haven't seen nothing yet. Like this. All right, let me give you a recap on what I'm going to be doing with this channel and what I needed, what I'm doing. All right, so I remember when I was walking to and from work, people would be like, don't put the camera on your face. We want to see Japan. We want to see what's around you. And I remember being annoyed because it's my damn channel and you're going to see my face whether you like it or not. And yeah. So I kind of, whatever. But in retrospect, in hindsight, I don't know if I would, it's hard for me to imagine what you guys are thinking, because when I came to Japan, there was no YouTube. And while I've been in Japan, I really didn't watch anyone. I'm just, I just do this, but so, yeah. So anyway, so I was thinking, or not even thinking, just, and then remember, if you remember, I did a test with a 360 camera, and the wind was all like winding up, and it was like mad annoying. And then some of the people like, oh, because that's what people do, complain about shit. So a couple of weeks ago, they released a new 360 with an input of 3.5 millimeter, so you can put direct sound. And then you saw last time I was beta testing with the mic outside, and that was clean. So I'm gonna make a system. I'm trying to build this system where I could be out and about, mobile with my hands. Hands are hand-free. You can get a nice 360, and the sound is gonna be clean, and it's gonna be battery powered or rechargeable, lightweight. Plus, back on the other channel, I'll be freestyling with the same system. Like that's amazing. And then involving other people, it's like I'm gonna do more with this channel than I ever did before, because why the hell not? I took my little break. Now it's time for me to do my thingy thing. But as I said, I sold the drone so I could, get some money to do all this. And the guy I sold it to, I got home around 12. I was doing something, and then he said he wants to buy it. So he did what he had to do. So I ran to the store, because you could ship from the store. So I ran to the store, put it in a box, and I sent it to him at 3 a.m. When I woke up at 7 a.m., he's like, it looks like there's a crack on the drone. Can you take more pictures? Now, granted, it is big money. It's not like some clock, whatever. But realistically, how could anyone, I guess there's people who would do that, but how can anyone sell someone knowing that if it's broken, it's just they're just gonna send it back to you. It's gonna look bad on your whole thing. So he's asking like 20 questions. I'm like, listen, dude, you're just gonna have to wait for it to get to your house and you can check it then. I'm just like waiting for him to get it so he could just finish and finalize, and he gets it, and I forgot this little USB thing. I forgot it in my haste to go to the thing, so I forgot it. It doesn't do anything. I'd never used it. It has nothing to do with the flying and all that. So then he's like, yo, I don't see that little square thing. He didn't even know what it was. So I'm like, yeah, it's just a USB thing. You don't really need it. He's like, can you send it? I said, okay. So I'm like, can you like finalize this thing so I can get my money? He's like, I'll finalize it after I get the old USB thing. So he finally he gets it on Saturday, and then he's like, okay, now I'm gonna test the drone. And now I'm kind of nervous because what if he crashes? Is that on me or him? And I'm like, Charlie's the drone. I'm like, Charlie, I know you don't like being with this new person, but don't crash. Just be good. So then later that night, he's like, all right, everything worked out. Thank you. And then he finalized it, and bam, the money was transferred to my account. And the money's in my account. So now I'm cool. I got the money to do the thing that I need to do. Didn't want to. I also sold my 360, and I sold my GoPro, but you know, there's a bigger picture. Literally 360. There's a bigger picture, right? So now I got the money. It's in my account, and all I gotta do is transfer it to my bank account. All right, no problem. So I go on there, and I'm like, it goes boop boop. That's the international sound of it. Didn't work. I'm like, whatever. So I do it again, slower, because maybe in my rush I kind of boom. Doesn't work. So I'm just like, alright, doesn't work. I'm like, okay. I'll go to the bank. So I go to the bank. I show them my thing. I show them the site I'm trying to get in there, and they're all like, doesn't work. So now I'm a little perturbed. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you know the crazy thing? This is an iPhone. Just a regular old iPhone 10. You got to give it up to Apple, man. I teach at Apple, and we got a lot of engineers from camera companies. So they got like people who just focus on the camera things. Say what you want about Apple, but they get their shit done. So they couldn't help me. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'll send some message to customer service. Now, if you've been in Japan or you know anything about Japan, they don't have customer service. Like they have customer service, like they're really kind, and you know, you've seen the videos. But when it comes to like you got a problem with a product, that kind of customer service doesn't exist. It's like a foreign construct. It's like, why would I'm gonna jump around, but the story remains the same. About last summer, yeah, 9 months, 10, 11 months ago, I am, what up, okay. I had an issue with my, so I had my phone, and I was like, I want to get some internet, Wi-Fi in the house, because the place I stay at, place I'm living, they had Wi-Fi, but it was slow, so I got one from my phone company. I put it in my house. One day I'm like, I can't do shit with it, so I checked the speed, and it's like, it's supposed to be it's supposed to be up to like 60 megabytes. This shit was at 10K, or something that was definitely not the right speed. And I'm going back and forth. I'm like, you know what? I just want to cancel because this shit ain't working. So like, okay, well, if you cancel, you got to pay the cancellation fee. I'm like, why would I pay a cancellation fee? The shit doesn't work. Why do I? And we're going back and forth, and they just won't budge. So I'm like, okay. And then it slips out. They're like, yeah, if you get the fiber optic option, you have 2 weeks to cancel that. So my brain starts doing what my brain starts doing. I'm like, okay, I'll upgrade to the fiber optic, and then I'll cancel, and then I won't have to pay anything. I'm a genius. They're like, yeah, sure, okay. So then I'm over on the fiber optic, and they need to come to the house and check if they could install it. So now it's like, all right, well, I work every day. Like, well, if we come on a Saturday, you have to pay $50. Like, why do I gotta pay $50? You're coming to see if you can use it. That shouldn't be on me. Plus, it's your fault your company don't know how to have internet. So we go back and forth. And then I move to this place. So then we go back and forth, and then finally someone's like they said, you can cancel. You can cancel. You don't got to pay any cancellation fee. You're done. You cancel. In fact, we'll give you a refund too. I'm like, all right, thank you. That's all I wanted, just to be done with this, and thank you for the refund because I wasn't using your service. So then, the money never came to my account. It was like, wait 3 weeks. So 3 weeks, I'm like, hey, I didn't receive the money. Like, we sent it to you. I'm like, no, you didn't. They're like, yeah, we did. And I'm like, no, you didn't. I was like, yeah, we did. They're like, no, you didn't. They were doing that dance. And then finally, like, oh, we didn't send it to you. And I'm like, I know. And I don't want to relive this, man. It was just long story, a little bit longer. So then finally, it was a summer day. I remember I was outside and I'm talking to there's translators when all this is going on. So I'm talking to the translator's boss. And I'm just talking to her for like an hour, just relaying this whole story. So then she puts me on hold for like 40 minutes, and then she's relaying that story to whoever she's relaying it to. And then she comes back on like, okay, we're finished. They're gonna cancel it, no cancellation fee. So I was like, who can I complain to, man? Because your customer service sucks. She's like, just tell me, and I'll tell them. Like, I'm gonna complain to you. But that's like most Japanese companies. So if you stick with Apple or foreign companies, you might be able to like do what you do in your home country. But if you try that within Japan, they're gonna hit you with, that's not what we do here, and you'll lose that battle. Fifth Emperor, what up? So anyway, so back to the drone. So I sold a drone, the money's in the account, and I'm trying to look for this number, customer service number. There's no number. I'm trying to look for an email. There's no email. There's just this kind of inside the app, contact us. I hit contact us. I sent my little message, and then it comes back with this automated, you must jump up and down and do the hokey pokey. So I jump up and down, do the hokey pokey, doesn't work. So I send another email, and I get another message, you must jump up and down and do the hokey pokey. I don't like that, so then I'm just like, all right. So then I send a super long mail. Now I'm still nice. That's one of the things about being older and wiser. You don't really accomplish much by disrespecting people and all that. So I just said in a very nicely worded email, I'm like, listen, I worked hard. I didn't want to sell my drone. I got things doing. And the message was, you must jump up and down and do the hokey. You're not even listening to me. And now I'm like seething. So I go to my Japanese friends, colleagues, and I have them trying to help me. And I feel bad because I don't know, I'm pretty self-sufficient. Most things I can do myself. I use Google Translate if I don't get it, or I go to the source and look them in the face. But this is beyond me. It's just not working. And I want my money. So so it didn't work. They didn't hit me back, and I'm feeling like I'm upset, So I get this bright idea. I'm just gonna email everybody, because this company's also in Japan, America too. So I emailed the American customer service. They even got a number. I'm gonna call them tonight. Hit them up on Skype. So I hit them up. I sent like 10 more emails to the Japan side. I hit up HR. If you would like to apply for a job, please. I'm just in there like, listen, I ain't trying to get no job. I just want you to tell your people over here that they need to do what they need to do, because So then on today, I'm waiting, and I get a response. I sent like 10 emails. No one hit me back up. So I'm kind of a little salty about that, because I mean, eventually, I even wrote an analog letter, like a physical letter, signed and sealed. And I got the address, so I might just show up after they get the letter. Be like, yo, you know who I am. So, so yeah, that's kind of why I'm like this. But as I was saying, I've had this weird week. Um, I had a weird week, but I'm trying to keep positive. I don't know, man. I'm not one of those people who be fake positive, like all smiley all the time and shit. I'm one of those people that just, I got a task to do and I'm gonna do it. And I might not like it, but I'm gonna do it. You feel me? Am I felt? Alright, if you tune it in, right now I'm putting music on these USB tapes. Because I got a show on February 15th. So I'm going to try to sell some of them. Tomorrow I'm going to do like a rap-a-thon. I don't even know what it's called. But basically I'm just going to talk about this for like forever until people start buying it. Or something like that. I don't know. I haven't thought it through. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to do 4x4. Because that will make sure nothing's wrong. So the other day I had a show. It wasn't even my show. It was my friends were performing at the show and my friend was hosting it. And my friend owns the club. So, a lot of friends are there. So I go there. And for whatever reason, they had an open mic. And do I still teach? Yeah, I still teach, man. I teach kids, I teach adults, I teach babies, like 3-year-old babies that when they come in the classroom, they be like, ah! They start crying and their parents are all like, they're all up on their parents' legs and then their parents, they like, okay, we're just gonna go outside and they step their foot outside and the kids say, ah! I kind of feel bad, but it's not me, but it is me, but I'm not gonna, because eventually what happens, they start sitting on my lap, they start like, their nose with that green kind of stuff, the green shit that's in your nose, like you're sick and they be like this and it lands right up on here and it's all like, oh my, it's like acid, like, ah! So it kind of goes that way, but man, or they just, like I don't get sick like that, I'm pretty resilient, but these little kids be like this, they just be all up in your face, like, looking at you like that, they're cute. They're cute, but they're sick, and they're just like, But wow, I just lost my thought. What tapes making? Oh yeah, so I had a show. It wasn't my show, my friend's show, and then there was an open mic. So I jump up on the mic, and I get up there, and I'm just like, da 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 da. By the way, I got these tapes that I'm selling them now, da 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 da, like that. So I come down, and then my one friend, he buys it, and then another friend buys it. 5 people bought it that night. And I was just feeling like so humbled. Like I have no words. Like I'm like that. Anytime people do stuff that are nice for me, because I don't, it sounds weird, but I don't, I can say it this way. Because I'm so self-sufficient, I don't let people do nice things for me because I do it before they even have a chance to do it, right? So if they wanted to help me, I already did it, like that. And I'm also kind of like, in general, I would never tell you that I'm selling anything because I don't want you to be put in a situation where you're like, well, I want to buy it, but I really can't at the moment because money's tight. Money's tight all around, man. Shit. So I don't want to put anybody in that spot, so I don't ever bring it up like that. And so on and so on. if it could be anonymous, like just put it at the music shop and people buy it, that'd be cool. But it's kind of, if your face ain't attached to it, people tend to not really. I so yeah, 5 people bought it yesterday, and I was just like, thank you, and yeah. So now I'm setting up for the show, and tomorrow. But yeah. Do you know Tom? He's the barber. I think he's a barber. Just photography now. Actually, I'm back to music. Yes. Um, I know him. I haven't chilled with him. One time I asked him if he could like give me if he could give me a haircut, but something happened, so it didn't happen, and that was like 3 years ago. But I'm bald. I do a little bald thingy, so I don't really need to go to a barber. But I do want to get my goatee like looking all sharp and shit. I can't do that with a razor like that. I'm from Philly, man. I'm not from Philly, but from the East Coast, you go to the barber to get this all cut, cut. But yeah. Let's see here. Where did it chomp. Oh yeah, another part of the system is I have this device here that I could like do some I don't know, some random ass sound effects. Like just interactive. In fact, the system out there, it's in the other room. You can call like one of the, like a talk like a radio show, and then you call and the sound will come in here and then come back out to the live stream with no loop, no feedback loop. Like that, like so the possibilities, man. But each piece of this is like. Let me tell you about yesterday. I think I started. Let me finish that story. So yesterday, 2 days ago, I went to YouTube Space to practice to set up the system, right? But a few days before that, I was at this other live event, my first live event of the year, and I did my thangy thing, and there was this woman who, she had this really nice deep voice. She's like, hey, I really like, oh, that's a sexy one. Her voice wasn't sexy, but she had a deep voice. I can't even say her voice, right? So we exchanged contacts, and then I'm like, hey, why don't you come to the studio with me tomorrow, Sunday? She's like, okay, which is rare. People, I like people who just kind of, she didn't ask 50 questions. We're going to keep jumping. So just the other day, 2 days ago, I was talking to this one person, and she was singing some songs. Like, "Ba-da-da." I'm like, yo, you want to come to the studio? She's like, me? I can't sing. I can't. I didn't ask you all that. I just asked you want to come. You do you, I'll do me, I'll make it work. And we got into like this discussion about it. But this other woman, she's like, yeah, sure, when and where. So she comes to the studio. She shows up on time. So far, we're good, right? And she's asking questions at first, which, that's good. Asking questions, that means she's interested. Because, I shoot models, right? Some models just be like, dead. Breathing like that, looking at their watch. It's like, do you have somewhere else to go? It's like, and I'm paying you, or I'm paying them, right? So if you don't want to be here, if you don't like my art, then it's like, but that is the reality, to each their own. So she's asking questions, so that's good. 365 rhyming. And I'm setting up, putting wires here and this, and she's just, asking questions. It was cool. I only have 2 hours because I work, and I'm like an hour away from the place I need to be. So it takes me an hour to get there, and I'm running. So I got like an hour. What we got here? They probably have other clients, but if you're paying, that's man. I'm writing a book about my adventures as a photographer, and the degrees of rudeness. Ugh. But she's asking all these questions, right? I got 2 hours, and then we got to clean up. So like I got, let's say, 45 minutes or an hour and 45 minutes before, they started trying to kick me out. I mean, you have to leave the studio part by 8, but you could hang out until 9. And that was what I was thinking. After we do that, we could just sit down, and they got like free juice and cola at the YouTube place, so, and coffee and all that. So then she says, I don't understand what you're doing. And I'm like, trying to explain, I'm using the space to borrow their expensive, because I want some wireless mics and all that into my system, but they're expensive, And I only got one drone to sell, so anything else is gonna have to just be saving up or whatever. So she's like, I don't understand what I said. I don't know it either. I'm here to test it to see if it's feasible to buy it, cause da da da. And she saw one of my performances, so she knows what I do. So then she just keeps asking these questions. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't. And I'm explaining it. This is a rubber band, and I use this rubber band to tie the wires together so they don't So in a 2 hour, an hour and 45 minute session, I think I did like 15 minutes of testing. Like, I like to talk when I'm talking. I just ramble. So at one point, she just asked me, "So why do you think that? Why do you think that?" And I'm just like, I'm like, "Oh shit! Can we talk about this after?" So now we're leaving, right? And she says, "So did you accomplish everything you set out to do?" And I'm like, "I don't say anything." That's classic Matthew. What do you want me to say? You know the answers. So then I say, well, if I was paying for this, I would have lost my money. So then she says, so I wasted your time. Oh, you wasted my time. And then she kept asking questions as we're walking to the station, and she went her way. We split. And that was 2 days ago. I mean, if she hits me up, then we could talk, but I don't think she's going to. But this scenario just keeps happening. Like, am I supposed to just like, and just not be me? Yeah. I think most of his models. I shoot anybody. Anybody who wants to be shot will get shot. Bam. Blah, blah, blah. I tend to. Oh yeah, this will be in the book, man. If you truly want to know about the stories about this, man, there's a book, because they're interesting. But I would say if you did put a number to it, let's say 40% are Japanese, and then the rest are mixed. That's the mixed. Yeah. So my book, my photography book, it's gonna be an audio book, cause this is my format, talking. I write the book, cause I want to have a physical book, but an audio book, and I want to put some sounds, effects in there. And I read I listened to the audio book of I forget his name. I'm sorry. When it comes to me, it'll come to me. But he used voice actors for the characters he was talking about. So he'd be like, yeah, and then she read this letter, and then this other voice. So I was like thinking that that was really dope. I like that. I want to see some new Netflixes. What? Next Files? Netflixes. Yo, man, I can't do any Next Files, because what I realized I mean, they all end badly. I mean, they're entertaining, I guess, but they just end, and those are not happening because they hurt, man. Like, for a perfect next file, you have to be like, well, I have to be in a good mental space, you know, like I'm sitting on an island doing something and I'm reminiscing. These right now, these are like it's not a next file, it's a, it's a, but yeah. GGG. All right, where we at? Bum, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. There we go. Ish. You know, right? What's going on here? And then like this, like in this dead space, I would just push a button and have some music. I found this. Well, I didn't find. I saw this system where you could put like text within the screen. So be like, and this is, and it'd come up right. And I would, like, all these things, all these tools, would be dope. I just don't know how to get a hold of them. Because a lot of them, they're not even in Japan. I would have to ship it from the States, which is doable. Some things they won't let me ship for whatever reason. Like wireless headphones, Sony's, the real nice ones, they won't let me ship it. It's like, damn it. Do a collab with him, that would be dope. Here's the thing about collabs, rhyming and collabs, right? I have, like, and this goes back to what I'm saying. I meet a lot of people with the intent of doing some collaboration because why not? But then we just, it's like if I don't say anything, then it could get done. And then just see what happens. But it, here's one, right? The other day I met this rapper, Japanese rapper, dope Japanese rapper. He lives in New York. I saw him perform. He's dope. I want to introduce him to y'all. I want to build his platform, and I want people to know him and buy his music. You know, I got a whole plan for the guy, right? So we meet, and we're talking, and everything's cool. But then, and I see this like shit. So, yeah, without getting into details, it's like, I guess it's when someone tells me I need to be more this, or I should do that, or it just bothers me. 'Cause, like the whole story about the drone, I do it for money. That's not what happens over here at Ryman Incorporated. We do what we gotta do. And this is in addition to working like 3 jobs, you know. So when someone's like, "Oh, you're not working hard enough," this really bothers me. It's a character assassination, and it just puts me on edge, especially if I'm talking to someone and they're the ones, "Oh, you know, no one's helping me out, you know, and I can't do this." That. So anytime those topics come up and they start to like say those things, I find myself get into fight mode, and I'm not trying to be in the fight mode, and then next thing you know, we just be ending and walking off into the distance. And but here's the, but it keeps happening. I keep meeting people, and this keeps happening, and keeps happening, and I try all types of different things. Okay, I won't say anything. But I put this out there for you guys, you know? there's some things that, it's disrespect for you, and if someone keeps doing it, what, you just gonna not say anything? And I'm not even the type of dude to like say shit like that. I'm just, when I eat cup noodles, the last time I was eating cup noodles, I take the shrimp out, throw them in the garbage. I don't want them. I don't eat shrimp. Don't want shrimp in my cup noodles. It's simple. So every year at every school, some teacher would be like, "You don't eat shrimp?" I said, "Nah, I don't." "Why not?" And I might joke around, "Hey, I got allergies." And they're like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Nah, I just don't eat it." And then every time they see me eating it, they want to, "You don't eat shrimp? It's not healthy for you." And it's the beginning of the school year, so I'm just trying to shuck and jive. But then halfway through the year, they're still having the same banter with me. It's, but it's school, I'm just gonna keep. But then as soon as I stop smiling, now we're at war. And well, one year the guys, they're like, "You don't eat healthy, you're gonna die." And I said something like, "Is cigarette smoking healthy? You're gonna die from cancer. I'll die from uh, bad metabolism." And more power to your brother. But like, one of my core values, right? I I may not agree with you. I may not like what you're doing, but it's you. It's your life. You live with the consequences. This is my life. I live with my consequences. As long as we both can agree that we both are living with each other's consequences, we'll be so good to go. But when people start to cross over, like, you know, I've heard, like, this happens to me a lot. I'll say something, and they'll say, "Can I tell you something?" And I'll say something like, "No." And they'll say, "Well, I'm going to tell you anyway." Then why did you ask? Or I'll say something like, this is going to be my default example, right? I'll say, "Yeah, I got these. I'm trying to sell them." Period. Right? But then they'll jump in. "Well, did you do this? Did you?" Now they're not asking me. Oh, no, they're not even that. They're telling me that you should do this, and they don't know my plan. They don't see the big picture. They see this little part, and it pisses me off because. So I don't know. I keep throwing this back out to you guys. Is this normal? Am I normal? I don't think I'm normal. Normal-ish. I'm just lost for words, man. But long story short, I've never, just to stay on. I do. I do. I do. And here's the crazy thing. This is the most crazy. I can tell someone this story. I say, "Listen, one time I was at the bar. No, no, I won't. One time I was doing this, and this person said ABC. I didn't like that they said ABC. So the moral of the story: don't ever say ABC to me. That's what Jesus would do, tell a story, right? So then, 10 minutes later, they go ABC. And I go, "But didn't I tell you that I don't like ABC?" And then they're like, "Well, that's just who I am." I tell you, it just keeps happening. This is a weird ass thing. Weird ass thing. I even tried just living in a cave, not even talking to anyone. But I found I'm human, and I do value companionship, being around people, meeting new people, new ideas, even if it does bother me. Whatever. So, it's a catch-22 there. So I meet a lot of people, interesting conversation, which just turns into like when I was doing a 365 I don't know how much you guys know of how you follow what I'm doing, but last year I was rapping every day, new rap, new rap, new rap, new beat for 365 days. Finished January 1st, 2020. And a lot of the topics that I came up with were just basically conversations I had throughout the day with random people. So I was able to take some of that shit, put it into the music, which is amazing. Now I'm trying to do that like this, but I don't like reliving these feelings, you know? Because I really, well, for the music part, it was easy because I was like my default setting. I can remember the specifics and the details of conversations that I have with random people, and then I could make these arguments, not even arguments, these points that are reflective of said conversation. Like I listen to people when they speak. It doesn't work if you don't listen. I think that's one of the things I noticed. They're so quick, anything I said, or they can't follow the trajectory of where I'm going with it. Where I'm going with it. But I'm 38, in case you ain't know. So um, it's not the first time this has been. But yeah, but yeah. Where are we going with this? Do you mind playing a sample of something you're working on? Um, I can't. So here's the thing, right? So the system I was talking about, everything would be in audio. I and right now I'm working on this. Um, if you go to Rhyming Gaijin Instagram or Messi Pro One, the other YouTube channel, you can see, or you can see it, 365 days of me making tracks. So I'm putting them all on this awesome USB. So that's what I'm working on right now. The next phase of that is tomorrow when I go to the studio. I'm meeting with this singer, and she and I'm meeting with a lot of people, but she's gonna be the voice on some of the tracks because I'm singing some of them, and well, in theory, she's gonna hear one that really speaks to her, and then we're gonna redo the song. I got another homie that we're gonna redo a lot of these songs. There's 365 different jump off points, so I want to flesh them out. Most of them are about a minute and a half. So make these into 3 minutes and then compile them into like mini albums. So sometimes like maybe 40 of them, 30 of them, I'm talking about girl related things. Usually I met her on a train, I met her on a scooter, I met her at the airport, and then this story. And I got some like underground ones where it's like lyrical, miracle, spiritual. I never said lyrical, miracle, spiritual in that order, but it's like that. A lot of introspective things I might put together for my birthday, right? Introspective. And some random, I listened to Kendrick Lamar, The Pimp a Butterfly. And I'm like, okay, I see you, Kendrick. So I try to do some way out there kind of raps. So yeah, that was cool. Hey, look at you, you're done. All right. We could do it that way too. Let's copy all of them and we gotta make sure they're copied. I would hate if anyone does buy one of these and you do get it and it's blank. I apologize. I will send you one as soon as possible. But they should be okay. And I'm real customer service. You got an issue, you hit me up directly. I'll get you sorted out. All right. Okay, I could talk about the future. I've been talking about the past, but so when it gets warmer, cherry blossom. Mr. Kenji, what's good? So when it gets warmer, right? I'm gonna go outside. By then, all my system should be semi. All right, hold on. One thing I love doing, I hope I could still do it when I'm like super famous. I don't want to be super famous, but you know, the feeling of packaging, like getting your product and putting it together. That's like the dopest thing. And I love it. I'm ready, right? Chum chum. Yeesh. Yeesh. Ah, yeah, this happened the other day. I know I was going to talk about the future, but let me talk about the past real fast. Because it's funny. As I said, this. So, there's this model from, I don't even know where she's from, but she got tattoos all up and down her body. And I hit up, I seen her on Instagram, and I hit her up. I said, hey, I would love to work with you if you're available. And she's like, yeah, sure, why not? So she's a rapper, she's a model, she has all these tattoos, so it's like cool. So I'm like, what's your schedule like? She's like, oh, I'm not in the country, I'll be there next year. I'm like, oh, that sucks, but I'm like trying to, you know, build rapport with her so it'll be less, we could just get to work, you know, when she comes out here. So then I see that she's coming, she said February, but she said, I'm coming next week. And she started a little countdown. So she gets here and she doesn't hit me up. That happens a lot, you know, whatever. But who am I? I'm just some random guy. She don't know me like that. And I'm watching her feed, she's doing stuff. So then finally I reach out and I say, hey, I still want to work with you, what's good? She's like, yeah, I still want to work with you. I send her a track, she's like, cool, that's dope. So I asked her, how long does it take for you to write a rap? She said, it takes about a couple days. So I sent her a track, and in a couple days I said, so did you write anything? She said, no. Okay. Some time passes on, and then I email her again. I'm like, I'm still. Are you still interested in working with me? She says, yeah, of course. So then, okay, cool. So then I get an email the next morning, 3 a.m. to be exact, and says, hey, I need help. I have nowhere to stay, and I have to move in 2 days, or 3 days, or some shit. Now, we don't even know each other, you know? She ain't never reached out to me, she didn't write to my rap, I know nothing about her. But, like, this is the studio, I don't sleep in here, it's super cold, but we could put a little space heater, get a futon, she could sleep here. So I'm thinking that's one idea. We could work on her album, maybe she could pay me by just making an album. Because I think if I produce anyone, they're gonna go gold. Well, not gold, but like she could be like my Justin Bieber. Usher, you know, Justin Bieber. So I'm thinking about all these things as I'm going about my morning, because it could work. It could work. I just need to know a little bit more details. So I hit her up. I said, how long will you be staying? Do you have any money? Do you have a round trip ticket or a one way? What is your plan for the future? Right? That's all I asked. Because why? That's what I want. What's this? Do you sell beats like on BeatStar? Alright. Alright, we'll come back to that one, right? So she replies, why are you asking me? Alright, man, you do you. Enjoy your day. I got a whole box of these tapes to make, but be safe. Um, she asked me why, so I say, I can't help you unless I know what the situation is. And that was that. Like, is it me? Like, is that not a normal thing to ask people? Or do people just trust? Oh man, I tell you, man. But as far as beats, that's another project I'm working on. Selling beats. At least I want to try. It'd be nice, get some more residual income. But I don't know if I'm the right guy to sell beats. I don't know, because you know how there's a lot of people who make Drake beats or Meek Mill beats. I would never do that. Oh, I can't say never, but at this point in time, why the hell am I making a Drake beat? Whoever's making Drake's beats, that's whatever, and my shit is what it is. So I'll put it up to see, but that's coming. I'm also working on a beat. I'm doing workshops, right? And as I'm doing the workshops, I'm thinking of supplemental materials to give to the students. So I'll be creating that, which may or may not appear here. But yeah. I sold a beat last week though. A friend of mine hit me up and said, "Hey, do you sell beats?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "What do you want?" He said, "I need X, Y, and Z." I sent him 3 beats. He picked one, PayPal, bam. I'm so easy. So I could do that. I sold a beat last year. I did a remix. He's like, "Hey, what's up, Ryman? I know you could do it, so I need you to do X, Y, and Z. This is what I'm gonna offer you." I said, "Okay, whatever. Take it." Again, I made 3 beats. Maybe that's gonna be my thing. Make 3 beats. You pick one, or if you want them all, I'll give you some kind of discount. But it was great because this is what I've been doing, making beats for since 1998. So to make a beat, that's not an issue. But I didn't know how to do it, so I bought this book from who was it? I forget the name. I always forget names, and the way he was explaining selling beats, and just like I could do that. That was supposed to be my 2020. I mean, 2020 is still here, so that's something I'm pursuing. So right now, if you've been keeping count, I have my photography book that I'm working on. I get your point. Marketing is marketing, but I wouldn't market it myself. I wouldn't do it that way, because I'm Mr. Shoot myself in the foot. I do a whole bunch of things that if I didn't do it, I would be. But yeah. But within all the stuff I'm doing, okay. So I'm working on my photography kind of memoirs, which is about photography. I'll be doing a kind of tutorials, but not like professional tutorials, and selling them on like the online learning platforms. So a tutorial, like a course on how to freestyle in the street, because that's what I do. A course on how to make YouTube videos like this. Just the basics. I don't do all that fancy shit. And so on. Just banging them out. Making the beat tape or putting it up on the beat sites. See how that goes. Doing the workshops in Japan. See how those goes. Working on some albums in the year. Working with other people. So yeah. And living and surviving. Finding me a wifey. Won't you be my wifey? Ah, and exhibitions, and then combining exhibitions with the shows so much. But it's not even a but it's well I don't know. I guess how to do it, that's the question. Because right now I work every day, so I have no time to do things. But if I stop working, I won't have the funds to do things. So I need to find that balance. One idea is one thing kind of feeds into the other thing, kind of self sustains. But we'll see. We'll see. I have a question for y'all, right? And she asked me why I don't sell my photography because she said it's dope. And I said it is, but I don't think the people who are in my vicinity at this point are interested in my photography. And they were like, well, you won't know until you ask. And I was like, well, I really don't think anyone's going to be putting my photos on their wall. They might buy it just out of supporting me, but again, I never want to put someone in a position where they're like, oh, I gotta support you, but I really don't want to. Support me by sharing, liking, starting conversations about my shit, but don't ever spend money you don't have on me, because it makes me feel bad. Yeah. So we're going back and forth, going back and forth, going back and forth, going back and forth. Like you just can't. So then I do this. Well, I got this beat, this thing. Do you want to buy this? This is what I'm selling. And then they said, well, I, I don't really listen to music like that. Wah, wah, wah. But I tell you, it's just that week I'm having that week. And it's so cold in here, man. I'm sitting on my hands. Yeah. Now I know I don't wear this hat so often. It's itchy as hell, man. It's all itchy. I think it's made out of like cotton or wool or something. I love it. I love that it was made for me, and I love the color, and it's just itchy. Itchy, man. Oh, this thing is. I think I can only do like well, actually, the cool thing about these, like, let's say I can't sell this concept, having my 365 wraps on it. I could repurpose them because they're just USBs. So I could put anything on them. I haven't tried it yet, but just peel off the sticker, and it'll just be black, and I can use a white marker to kind of repurpose. So I was pretty happy. I mean, I would like to sound. That was the point of it, but within this year, 2020, here's another thing, part of my the bigger picture. So at my show, when I have all my gear, so everything is wired in there. When I do the set, when I'm finished, I could just export that file, maybe chop it up, stick it on one of these guys, and then here you go. So you pay like $3,000 to get into my show, and you leave with a piece of it. And like I'm gonna have like wireless mics and just recording random sounds. So technically, you are part of the work. Well, not you, because you're not there, but the person who came to the show, and they did their he, and then I recorded it he, and I put it into the sound like he, chicken, chicken, like that, and then I put it in there, and I do my rap on top, like and then I export all that, boom, and then give it back to you. And then when you go home, you plug it in and you hear your voice. Heat, chicken. That shit is magical in my opinion. Never seen it done like that. I mean, I've seen people do something, but not like that, man. Not like that. Yeah. Anybody who, by the way, is anyone who out there living in Germany, Europe? I'll be out there next 2 months, February, March, April, May, 2.5 months, whatever. That shit is slow. You know what's crazy, man? This is slow, but it's not slow, slow. Like 1999 floppy disks were slow. This is moving pretty fast. I can see the bar moving. AOL was slow. This this is doing its thing, but it's, I'm kind of spoiled, right? I want it to be faster. I want to just zip in there. Yeah. A minute. Actually, we'll make that be our last one. Or maybe, I don't know, finish the box off. Yeah. Yo, eyes sleepy. Tink, 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 tink. Belgium close enough? Oh, right, Belgium. I think so. Cause I'm gonna be out there. That's the plan. I'm working on it. I already bought my ticket for an event. I still gotta buy the plane ticket. But I'll be out there. It'd be cool. What's your favorite album of 19? That's a good question. And my answer is even better. I don't have one. So one of my interesting points, I don't listen to music like that. I think the last album I bought, physically bought, would have been Sean Paul. Trinity, ever blazing, girl. At Best Buy, it was in the $5 bin or $7 bin. I remember buying Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt because that's a classic, but I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. Yeah. Favorite album. My favorite album of all time, Lauryn Hill. I can't say it's Lauryn Hill, but it's crazy because, in my opinion, the music that you really like, it's it's not really the music part. It's kind of that the things surrounding it. Like my favorite song will always be, I know it by heart. Oh, is Triumph by Wu-Tang. I remember my boys and I we're in his mom's van. We were going to the mall to go holler at some honeys. We're going to the mall. I don't think we're gonna holler at anyone. And the Triumph song comes on, and we pulled the car over, and we just sat there like, wow. Same feeling when Ether dropped, Nas, fuck Jay-Z, wow. Same, but it was a time. I think if I was by myself, I don't think I would have been like, wow. But yeah. When I first came to Japan, one of my teachers was from Belgium, Carl, and he was super, like he would come out to the shows. He was my teacher, and he came out with his wife, and then by the end of that semester, I had like 50 people in there, not for me per se, but they came because I was going to perform, to have fun. It was crazy. I think he's still in Japan, but I kind of lost touch with the man. Yes. So yeah, tomorrow, if you are not subscribed or know anything about the other channel, Messi Pro One, Ryan Gaijin, or YouTube.com Messi Pro One. I'll be in the studio, and I'll be breaking down some of my favorite freestyles from last year. Actually, let me try this. Let me try this. You probably can't hear it because like it's nighttime. I don't want to bother my neighbors, but I'm just gonna be in there listening, and because it was crazy, man. Like day 157, I think. Day 157. I was in Shibuya, and I was writing my rap, and everything just clicked. And I remember I was just like so amped, and I'm just like, just everything about the rap was dope. Like this, I did a scheme, so I'm like, I'm trying to get that diesel money. Get that diesel money, right? I'm a man of few words, like Groot. Right down to the roots. Yeah. Did you catch that monkey wrench I threw? You see, but I wasn't like spending so much time thinking about it. It was just coming to me. And the beat that I made it on was a beat that I've been sitting on for like a while. And I remember just saying at that time that I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, this is me. Or I did a rap when I was coming back from the States, where I'm above the clouds, right? I bought some Wi-Fi just so I can record and release the song Above the Clouds. One reason I'm doing this is because I don't think people get the stories behind it. Every song has a story, and every story has a song. Every day last year was turned into music. There's one where this girl, she like went inside and she took my heart, boom, 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 boom. She ripped it out of my chest, and then she spit on it, boom, and then she like licked it, and then she put it in the dirt, and then she kicked it like we're doing rugby or some shit. No reason for that, but that's what she did. So I took that and turned it into a song. Alright, Ryman 365. Good show. But yeah. Wait, the date in the park was, wow, you be fine. Yes, that shit was real, man. That, like, I do this with almost everything. When we met, I was just thinking, she was so down to earth, man. She would have been a nice compliment to me. She was just chill, and so that hurt extra hard, man, because and there's nothing I could do about it. I hit her up 3 times, but yeah, that's a song. It's an actual thing, and for me to be able to convert these things I've never done that before. And if she ever heard it, I don't think she would like know, but you know. Or when I'm angry, like one model, a lot of these are about models too. She tried to extort me. You know, I'm paying her, a fair price. This is what we agreed on, and she comes like, "Hey, you should pay me more because da 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 da." And I was like, "What? Get the fuck out of here with that shit." I said, "It was nice working with you, but you got to go." But I felt bad because I thought we had rapport. Like every time this happened, I just keep hearing that Chris Brown song. These hoes ain't loyal. Like that's my jam. X minus who's that? It's a Lil Wayne. He kills it. All about hers when they're all about hers. Birdman Jr. and this bitch, no flamingos. I done did everything but trust these hoes. See me, fuck with. Like that's a perfect. I don't know the name for these. I call it like a button where the rap just kind of like they're doing a somersault and they just land. Like that's what I look for in creativity. The other dude, whatever. But then they could have cut him out, give Lil Wayne 2 verses. But anyway, I just think of that song, and it is what it is, man. We all have different agendas, so you can't really hold it against people. And then the age, and I just got to be happy for what I get out of what I get. And I got a lot of good. Well, check this out. I lost a lot of photos. My hard drive failed. And I sent it off to get checked, and they're like, yeah, it's only going to cost you $3,000, and we possibly can get it back. It wasn't even like 100%. It's like, we may be able to get it back, but it's still going to cost you $3,000, and we got to ship it to Canada for an extra $200. Where are they getting these numbers from? Shipping shit overseas does not cost $200. They're trying to extort me. I don't like that, man. So I'm gonna get it back. They're probably gonna hit me with, you gotta pay for the return shipping. And just hold on to that until technology happens that I'll be able to recover. But it hurts losing all that shit. Cause I remembered, I was like, I should make a backup of my backup. Like it was a backup basically. So I should make my backup of my backup. I remember when I bought the hard drive, I was with this girl, we were in Akihabara. I saw it was on sale, and I'm like, should I buy it? She's like, I don't know, you're gonna pay that much for a hard drive? I'm like, well, it's important, you gotta have a good hard drive to back up your stuff. I said those words, and then the shit didn't even do what it's supposed to do. It hurts. It's irony, And then I know a lot of other people, they got the same drive that they've been using for like 20 years. No problem. Like, that's the luck of the draw. So now, what's up with this? These things don't want to do what they got to do. But y'all won't. 365. Right. I'm hungry, man. Hungry. Yo, what do you guys know about Byte, the new Vine? Is that popping off in the States or wherever you may be in this world? I can get down on the ground floor, be one of the pioneers of it. But I think a lot of Vine people will come back, but still, this is a chance. But because I remember someone, it is 11:25. My bedtime is at 12 o'clock. Because I gotta get up to work. What do we got? Oh, okay, that's what it is. We got this one. We got that one. I might take a warm ass shower. Do I love Japan? No, I do not love Japan. Do I like Japan? Yeah. Do I love it? No. And this is my reason for that. Japan is not my home. I don't feel American, like I'm displaced. I've been out of the country so long that when I go home, I feel like a tourist. You think I should? I think you should. I think you should. Wait. Do you love Japan? I think you should. Oh man. Oh man. But no, I don't love Japan. Japan is just a place that I've been for 10 years. But you will spend all your days in Japan. Will you? No. Like, I'm going to Germany in 4 months. Who knows what's gonna happen? Like, Japan was never, like, some of y'all, from the moment you were born, you had a dream to come to Japan. And that's cool. I just happened to be at a school that had a program that I could come to Japan, and things just kind of lined up the way they did. But I don't know. The world's a big place, and I want to see it. I want to smell it. I want to taste it. Yeah. So no, Germany might be my entry into Europe. When I go over there, I'm gonna do Germany, Italy, and France. But who knows? I'll be there for like 2 weeks. So I might see other things. They only got women, nothing else. See, that's the thing, man. The world's a big place. Big place. Germany's actually, Europe, but Germany. I'm going to a music convention. That's where they build like shit like this. The MIDI pads and the beat machines, they come from Germany, Sweden, Switzerland, like that area. All the electronic stuff. So my idea is just to be out there next to it. And again, who knows what's gonna happen. Also do some photography. I shot some Germans. A lot of Europeans come to Japan on work to shoot like, I've never left Germany, I want to see the world type models. That'd be cool. I don't know about the language, but Google Translate is a good friend of mine. Oh, you see me? I'm yawning. That means, are you going alone? I don't know. I mean, right now, yeah. But I'm bringing you guys with me. Once the system's set up, the plan is to go alone, but who knows what might happen. It's cool. My dad spent the whole year. Wow, check this out. So, KS, you sent a message and YouTube's like, this is held for review. That is cool. Back in the day, YouTube was just anything goes. Now there's so many things. I don't know. I like accents. I think I like the French accent and Italian. I worked with an Italian model. She was fun. Yeah. Well, I think it was because you said you'd kill yourself. I guess YouTube is trying to, I don't know what you're doing. More power to them. Automation. I hate automation. I mean, I guess automation has its its merits. Yeah, this is crazy. I've been sitting here for how long? How long have we going on? Pretty long. And I only managed to make, let's see, 10 tapes. And I still got a box left. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, people. It is time for me to go to bed. Or at least get ready for bed. Got some emails. I got a studio session tomorrow. I gotta cancel it and book another studio. And I gotta book one for, jeez, cause I'm glad I remembered. Alright, thank you for watching. Tomorrow I'll be on the Messi Pro 1 channel doing my, maybe I'll have a musical guest join later on. I gotta figure that out. And yeah. That's about it. Now wait. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? How's nightlife in Japan? I think I got a video called Nightlife in Japan. And for the most part, nothing has changed. Except, I don't go out anymore. Like, mostly I just work. Working. And when I do go out, I go out on my birthday. The age gap? A bunch of 20-somethings? I'm not 20 anymore. And that's a whole nother thing, man. But yeah. Peace and a bottle of hair grease. Do they say that anymore? And then I would push a button and we have some outro music. You could also monetize. See, we on the same wavelength. I'm gonna do all that. We just gotta work up to it. Alright. Pete, well, we've been on for an hour. Wow, how long have we been on there? Get out of here. Yo.